George wanted to be here tonight to reunite with Mean Joe Green, but had some health issues. He's doing fine, unable to be with us tonight. So to accept his honor, his son, by the way, spitting image, John Perles.
Well, I'll be brief because nobody came to see me. But I have to admit, when I first heard about the Gridiron Greats was just a couple months ago when my mom told me my father George was going to be honored. And he couldn't be here due to health issues, but hopefully he'll make it tomorrow. He really wanted to see Joe. My father always understood and appreciated the relationship piece, and that's really what Gridiron Greats is about. And so he really would want to be here and see all of his friends and colleagues here. The part I appreciate is kind of getting a chance to walk in his footsteps. And I'll tell you what, with the sponsors you guys got, I'll tell you, I'm getting my hair cut at the wrong place. So I'm going to give you a little history lesson if you give me a couple minutes here. My father graduated from Western High School south of Detroit. His graduating class had 5% of his students that went on to college. He had the fortune of playing for Duffy Daugherty, and you did a great job elaborating on the relationship there. After playing for Michigan State, getting a graduate degree at Michigan State, being an assistant coach at Michigan State, head coach at Michigan State, athletic director at Michigan State, and board of trustee, I would say he's pretty committed to Michigan State. In addition to that, I had a chance to talk to him today, and I said, "Dad, what should I talk about?" He said, "You got to talk about Joe Green." I'm not the best speaker, but bear with me. So I'll give you another history lesson. The Pittsburgh Steelers started in 1933 by the Rooney family. Prior to Joe Green's arrival, they played in one playoff game. They got their ass kicked by Philadelphia 21-0. Then, when Joe Green, who was named the first draft pick by Chuck Noll in 1969, came on board, it was a different game completely. The defense was dominant, undisputable. In a 9-game stretch, they had 5 shutouts. Now, the way the defense worked was Joe Green. Early in my father's career as a new coach, he learned Joe Green could whip anybody's ass, which is important to have in your back pocket if you're coaching defensive line. So he came up with a concept where he would put Joe Green between 2 people, a person on his left, a person on his right. And if the play was going to the right, he'd whip the guy's ass to the right. If the play was going to the left, he'd whip the guy's ass to the left. And that pretty much gives you a pretty good advantage, because behind him, he's got Pro Bowlers, he's got Hall of Famers, and he's got people that can run from sideline to sideline. So the whole key to the piece was Joe Green winning whichever way he went. It got to the point where if Joe Green went to the right, and that was typically the center, the guard on the other side would double team Joe, not from the position in front of him, but to the position to the way the ball was going, which is unheard of to this day. The other thing my father would talk about was Joe Green's dominance in the locker room. You read today about these players and their attitudes. Didn't happen for one reason: Joe Green. So getting back to the piece of relationship, my father would miss this. Hopefully he'll be here tomorrow. He wants to see Joe. And there's two points. Relationship, which is why we're all here today. The second piece is noble cause, which is bigger than us all. And the point that Gridiron Greats builds both relationships and has a cause is awesome. So I'm the biggest fan. I appreciate it. Have a good night.